Hello, this is Luminousz. Welcome to the channel. All of my current subscribers, thank you guys and gals so much for being my stars. Thank you for keeping me driven to keep this channel, Luminousz, active. All of you who are visiting for the first time, welcome to Luminousz. Why don't you scroll down and hit the subscription button? That way you become a part of the Star family. And of course, we welcome you. Also below is the description box. Please mind that, and don't forget to like and share today's video. Obsessed when the narcissist does not hoover you. The dysfunctional relationship with a narcissist can be a hell of a drug. When one is obsessed, this may be amplified by scrolling Facebook feeds, messages, and friend requests, to taking a drive-by his or her address, just hoping to catch a glimpse. A lot of us know about this one, so don't feel so badly. Okay, next point. Unfortunately, some who have been discarded, devalued, or gone no contact from the narcissist may be obsessed with the narcissist. This obsession may become very clear by others who notice our behavior, whereas it concerns the narcissist. Yet there is usually a deep denial about this obsession. So now we're getting over to the shadow side of human nature. A lot of us feel, well, a little obsessed over somebody from our past or in our current life. All right, it may be somebody who doesn't know we exist. If this is a romantic situation, it may be somebody we're very attracted to and we don't really know how to approach him or her or express that we're attracted to him or her. But when we're talking about a narcissist that we have been involved with, well, this is again talking about the shadow side of human nature. There may be quite an obsession with the narcissist, maybe even addiction. All right, because some of us know about this. All we got to do is Google this, and there's so many testimonies. So some people, they go no contact from the narcissist, but this doesn't mean that he or she doesn't wonder why he or she is not hoovering him or her. All right, so sometimes the narcissist will choose not to hoover at the moment. This does not mean the narcissist will not eventually hoover. It doesn't even mean that he or she is not hoovering. Their tactics may be something that we're not familiar with. Okay, next point. The most burning question usually is, who is the new supply? Since the narcissist is not showing any signs of attempting to win you back or hoover you back in, this can ignite some of the wildest imaginations as to why this is the reality. Just like I was just stating, some of us are still wondering why the narcissist and or cluster personality is not trying to win us back over. Now, this is a romantic situation, but it really doesn't have to be. This can be someone else from your past who is a narcissist or a cluster personality, and they didn't seem to be hoovering you, especially after you went no contact. Okay, now some of us have experienced this, as I stated before, but when they don't show any signs of hoovering you, it can ignite some of the wildest imaginations, or it kind of drives you up the wall to try to figure out why they're not hoovering you back in, or why they're not seemingly caring to win you back. And most of us, we want to know who is the new supply, especially if this has been a romantic situation. So they're not hoovering you back in. From my personal experience, I want to forewarn you, think again. The narcissist and the cluster personality, they usually are using some sort of tactic to hoover you back in. In some of my videos, I talk about what I call the 1-2 punch. That is the narcissist and a cluster personality seemingly being in your life, or they seem to hover like a dark cloud over your life. They'll come up in a conversation via their flying monkeys and or their enablers that of course they recruited to emotionally bully you back into his or her life. The narcissist and the cluster personality, they figure since you've gone no contact, you're not going to directly deal with him or her. And they probably are right or correct. So what they would do is they would, again, throw the first punch. And that means that they seem to be in your life when they're physically not in your life. So they'll seem like a ghost or a dark cloud or a dark presence that seems to not go away. So they'll come up in a conversation, or you may think you see him or her out somewhere, and you probably do. Some narcissists and cluster personalities, they like to keep their distance. They like to show up where you used to frequent. Okay, places that you used to frequent a lot, like clubs, restaurants, maybe the mall, you know, any park you used to go to. They like to frequent those places. They like to show up at your job and maybe park outside somewhere and wait until you come out, but they're parked at a distance. All we have to do is look up or Google people testifying to this. A lot of narcissists and cluster personalities, they like to recycle their exes. Okay, so in a nutshell, they're usually not ever done with any of their exes, especially if they think they can get more supply out of him or her. But the burning question usually is, who is the new supply? Especially when the narcissist and the cluster personality doesn't seem to be interested anymore. And I say again, beware and think again. Due to his or her predatory nature and the survival of their false self-image, the narcissist will do what is necessary to replace as quickly as possible a narcissistic supply. What most totally miss is that when the narcissist flaunts the new supply, it is a mind game designed to ignite and expose the obsession and or addiction of the discarded. Okay, so once the narcissist or the cluster personality seems to move on, they don't seem to hoover you at all. It is usually a mind game that is designed to expose your addiction and or obsession of him or her. If you're not obsessed, if you're not addicted, they like to ignite that in you. If you are addicted, if you are obsessed, the narcissist's aim in sick, twisted way is to expose that. This is what a lot of people miss. When you really look at it, the narcissist and or cluster personality, they're on the opposite side of the obsession and or addiction spectrum. They are overly dependent because they also have codependent tendencies. So this is a thing that a lot of people miss. They don't realize that this is really a sick and twisted thing that the narcissist loves to do. This is a game that they love to play. They like to expose and exploit other people. So if you're not obsessed and if you're not addicted to the narcissist and a cluster personality, when they seem not to hoover you, this is what they want to ignite in you. That is obsession and or addiction. If you are obsessed, if you are addicted to him or her, when they act like they don't care about you and they act like they're done with you and they've moved on and they're flaunting the new supply, this is all a sick, twisted game to expose that you are obsessed and or addicted to him. Due to his or her predatory nature and the survival of their false self-image, don't think for 1 minute that the narcissist is going to waste any time, maybe even seemingly to be desperate or thirsty to replace you with new supply. He or she has a reputation to uphold. He or she has a false self-image to keep thriving and surviving. Okay, let's move forward. Tool number 1, take off those rose-colored glasses. Okay, a lot of my stars know I talk about this quite a bit. Idealizing the narcissist is very dangerous and keeps one in the sunken place of their obsession and or addiction of the narcissist. Narcissists like to think that all of their exes are recyclable. Therefore, hoovering is always a possibility, regardless of how long the last involvement has been. Okay, I want to talk about the hovering and the hoovering. Again, I call that the 1-2 punch. The first punch is when it seems like he or she is hovering and they're lingering like a ghost or a presence or a dark cloud over your life because they're being repeatedly brought up in the conversation by their flying monkeys or their enablers. The second punch is when you have been hoovered back in. You have made reconnection, or you're supplying him or her again like nothing ever happened, like you've never been discarded by him or her. Like the mind games haven't been going on. Okay, so everything just kind of returns back to where it was. The narcissists and the cluster personalities, they do like to think that they can recycle all of their exes. So when it comes to hoovering, it is always a possibility. Sometimes, some narcissists, they wait until about a year, 2 years, 3 years later, then they come back and they try to hoover you back in. One of the things that they do is they love bomb when they come back, okay? They love bomb and then they discard once you accept them. If you make the reconnection, expect that the love bombing will stop and discard will happen, okay? So take off those rose-colored glasses. Second tool, consider doing shadow work while working a strong support base that encourages you to thrive forward past narcissistic abuse, addiction, and or obsessive compulsive personality disorder, which is a cluster C personality. So doing shadow work will help one to face their good, their bad, their ugly, and still love themselves and accept themselves. That sounds like a tall order, okay? Some people, it may even sound overwhelming. It may sound impossible to do. A lot of us don't like to look at our shadow side, but I'm here to tell you from experience, once you face that, the narcissist and or cluster personality, they're less likely to be able to effectively use that against you. When you think about it, the narcissist and cluster personality, they love to play twisted, sick mind games. So if you know yourself, you know your ugly side, okay? You know your shadow side, you know that side of you that, you know, need a little work. When you know that, the narcissist and cluster personality, again, they cannot really use it against you. So when they act like they have moved on, they have discarded you, they're not hoovering, remember, it is a mind game. Once they have discarded you, devalued you, or seemingly moved forward, they're not hoovering you, this is the time to refocus and take a look at yourself and do what you need to do in order to thrive forward. This is one I've done myself, okay? It has helped me out tremendously. Using the time wisely. Consider doing shadow work. This is one excellent way to refocus and to invest in yourself. Next tool. Practice emotional discipline by taking the steps to find out what is at the root of your obsession and or addiction of the narcissist. You may find that should you have a tendency to be obsessive and or addicted, it has nothing to do with the narcissist. Okay, now this is a little bit of tough love because a lot of us don't like to see our shadow side. We usually like to hide it. All right, so when we're doing the shadow work, this is something that a lot of us are going to come head to head or face. I've done this myself. You're going to find that you may have a cluster C personality or an obsessive compulsive personality. In other words, you may have a tendency to become obsessed and or addicted to being in relationships with others, such as the narcissist and a cluster personality. Okay, this is nothing to be ashamed of. However, it is something that may become quite a revelation. So once you look at your shadow side, and of course with some support, you're willing to take the steps necessary to reclaim your personal power as well as your life, this is going to be a game changer. If anything, this may become a game changer because it may be liberating to find out that this is what this relationship was all about. The relationship, the dysfunctional relationship with the narcissist may not have been any more than an obsession or an addiction to having dysfunctional relationships. So when they're not hoovering, my best advice in this video is to take the steps to use that time wisely. Narcissists and cluster personality, they are playing games. See, the game doesn't change for him or her. They're going to continue to try to obtain the narcissistic supply. When it seems like they're not hoovering you back in, they have no interest, okay? Use that time wisely to take a deeper look at yourself and your life. Take the steps to thrive forward. Make some things happen for yourself. And make sure it has nothing to do with the narcissist. This is not going to be easy to do, but from my experience, it's quite the game changer. And of course, I wish my stars especially the best of luck with that. You really won't need any luck, okay? Just decide you're going to do this. All right, critical question number 1. What is your definition of love in relationships? Who and or what has influenced your perspective on love and relationships? Critical question number 2. If the narcissist begins to hoover you, would you feel relieved, excited, and or attached to him or her? Why? Critical question number 3. Can you imagine your life without the narcissist and or the clumsy personality? Have you ever attempted to enjoy any aspect of your life without inviting him or her to share your joy? Okay, these are very deep questions. These are questions that I have pondered for myself, and thank goodness I was able to answer. All of these questions are very personal, deeply personal actually, and no one can answer them for you. It's always great to get some input. It's always great to have support. And again, I wish you the very best with this. Let's move forward. References and resources. Please look at these references and resources, and I really chose these in hopes that they will help you to get started on this. Okay, a lot of people have found that they are just totally not able to get the narcissist and clumsy personality out of his or her mind, especially when there's no contact or the narcissist has disregarded or devalued or discarded him or her, and they now have new supply. This is a huge one for a lot of people. These particular links here, I chose because I did some research a little while ago and I came across these links and it helped me out some. So I hope that these also will help you. I'm Luminousz Star. I want to thank everybody for joining me today or tonight. And of course, wherever you are, I certainly hope that you are taking care of yourself, and I wish you the best love possible. Stay tuned for more videos and stay tuned for more vlogs.